This boat had a tree fall on it. It was an ice storm. Maybe just a chunk of ice fell on it. I don't remember, but something heavy fell on it. I put a pretty good dent in it. I'm gonna try to pull it out. Don't know if I can, but we're gonna see. This end cap was on there. I took the end cap off. And I strapped it to the trailer really good. And I'm gonna strap the trailer to the ground. Luckily, I do have some provisions in my shop to do that. If you didn't have that, you could strap it to, you know, a tree stump or, you know, anything down on the ground that's heavy. But I'm gonna strap it down, and then we're gonna try to pull this down. All right, well, I got it strapped down on the trailer, strapped down to the ground, so it should hold it, at least probably good enough. And I'm gonna start with a slide hammer. I don't think it's gonna work really too much, but I did give it a couple little pulls, and I know it kind of just bends this out. But anyway, I'll give a couple pulls on it. You know, the main thing when it comes to taking out dents is there's no right or wrong way. There's no way that's gonna work the same every time. Sometimes one thing might work, sometimes another. Sometimes you might need 10 different ways. So maybe some people know exactly what to do. I don't. I just do whatever works. The thing is, be careful. You can do more damage than you're fixing if you just start beating on shit and not paying attention to what you're doing. So just be careful, go slow, and see what happens, and that's what I'm gonna do. And it's just a slide hammer from Harbor Freight, nothing fancy. And I think it actually works pretty good, I'll be honest with you. I've used it quite a bit. It hasn't broke yet. I take that back. This handle falls out from time to time, but that's no big deal. And it actually is working a little bit. It's pulled it up some. So I'll go just a little bit more and then try beating it from this side maybe. See, the handle fell out. Beat it in there. I don't know, maybe I'll stop there for a second. And I think I'm gonna hook onto it with my cherry picker and pull up, I don't know, 100, maybe 200 pounds of pressure here and beat on it this way. I think. We'll try that. What I should have is actually something that hooks here and pull this all at the same time. And I suppose I could build that if I needed to, but I don't want it. So, of course, this thing would probably put a dent there. If I try picking it this way. If I chain the cherry picker to that wall, it would pull it this way. And this is a custom body hammer. Called a 4x4. Need a bigger hammer. I never beat right on the aluminum with the hammer. It'll just put little dings all over it. I mean, if you're gonna paint it afterwards and, you know, throw some body filler and whatnot, it's fine. But if you want it to look a little more original, don't beat right on the aluminum. put a dent over on this side. Well, it's getting a lot straighter, at least along the gunnel. So I guess I'm gonna get that straight, and then I'll work on lifting it up to try to get this out, I think. I'm gonna give it a little more pressure. Makes a giant difference when you put things under pressure before you start hitting them. It's also dangerous. It can be anyway. It's actually dented out here. Now you can see it's starting to put a little rip in it here even. Let's try to beat on it this direction. Now let's take the tension off and look at it. Yeah, I gotta try to get this in this away. There's definitely some pressure on there. There's a little kink right here where this corner cap goes that I want to get out, and that might help me get some of the rest of this out. So I put a strap here because, of course, it was pulling this whole thing out. So we don't want that to keep going, not by any means. So I put this strap down to the trailer, and I'm going to hook on right here where this kink is, and then give a couple adjustments from the inside. That's the plan anyway. I'm going to use a more heavy duty tuner this time. It's up under the corner and it's going to be back behind this cap, so yeah, it's going to leave a mark, but I think it's going to work better. And you won't see the mark anyway. So I think I'm going to strap it back on. I'm going to give it a couple more taps. Sometimes you got to just quit while you're ahead. It's never going to be perfect. Might get it close. That's about all I'm going for. Yeah, pull in too tight, you can really see it stress here. And if it wasn't for this corner cap, well, we'd be in trouble. I mean, that would suck. But there's going to be a cap here that holds that. I might even put something back here with a couple little rivets, one on either side, just to hold it. But I just want to get the dent out the rest of the way first. This is still under a fair bit of pressure. Give it a little more. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Well, I wish I could get that up a little bit more there. I mean, at some point, we're just not going to get it any better. I don't know if we're there yet, but let's have a look. A couple lumpies in there. We should be able to flatten out with some body hammers. First, I'm going to work on this. We're going to try to get this straight. I think I'm going to just kind of twist this all just a little. Hook on it right here. does this here. This needs to come up. Splash rails kind of be in the way. We're gonna put this cap back on, and I actually had to drill these. I forgot to hit record. These holes here I left where they were. These I had to re-drill. So I put these in and I pulled it all the way forward, and it was still just a little bit behind. So I left these because, of course, these are the ones you're gonna see. I drilled through this way. You know, things just move a little bit. It is what it is. When these things get stretched, bent, whatever, you got to put it back together. Now, you may not get it in the same hole. Would it be nice? Sure. Does it matter? No. I mean, I suppose it didn't matter if you were like trying to do something perfect, but win a show or some damn thing, I guess. But you're just trying to kind of take a dent out of a rowboat. Good enough. So I'll tighten these up, and that'll pull this forward about 1/4 of an inch. Maybe. It did before anyway, but it might have been bent, so. I also had to clamp these. I can see they're not lined up, so I'll clamp this tight. I got them pretty good in the line. Raining for the first time in about 2 weeks. It'll be snow probably in 2 weeks. And I won't leave these long screws in there. These are just for assembly purposes anyway. I don't even think they're stainless. Oh no, yeah, the screws are stainless. Or the bolts rather. The nuts aren't though. So that's pretty much going to be the end of it, of the major work. And now I'm going to take and just clean it up a little bit. Kind of get rid of some of these little wiggles. Maybe I can iron a few of these out. I'm sure there's guys that are really, really good at, you know, finesse work that could really get those out. I just kind of keep doing something until something good happens. Alright, I'm just going to try to iron a few of these wrinkles out just a little bit. Paint sticks. I love paint sticks. Like my favorite block. That's the biggest disappointment, is that little rip in there. Half of that is fresh. You know, half of that was original break from the damage, and then the other half is just from me pulling on it and beating on it. But this corner is going to hold it. It's not going anywhere. It's just enough to make you upset. Couple divots on top here from where I had that hook. That hook put a little ding in it. I'm gonna flatten them out. You'll probably see it now, but once this oxidizes, you won't see that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut. 2 weeks. I should say a bad haircut and a good haircut. And the good news is this does get an emblem. These are going to get painted yellow again too, so it'll draw your focus away from any of this other stuff. Although I think I'm gonna clean this a little bit here. Anyway. At least that still fits on there. My favorite cleaner, simple grain. I like it about third strength. That's it, we're gonna call that good enough. A lot better than it was. Probably if you weren't looking for it, you probably wouldn't see it. I mean, it's not like this thing's pristine. It's no longer dented. Took some stickers off, kind of cleaned it up just a little bit more. The end caps are just kind of held temporarily in place because the customer is going to put a new transom board in, so I just put that there for the time being. But it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. You can never make it perfect. Once it's stretched, it's stretched. But compared to what it was, it looks, I'd say, pretty nice. The gunnel's fairly straight. The side is fairly straight, considering what it was. So I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching.